From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Breaking news to report this evening. Biological evidence found on the clothing of 1987 murder victim Kathy Stockholm has come back as a positive match to her convicted killer, Michael Alexander.
That's right. According to court documents filed this afternoon in Fairbanks Superior Court, the Scientific Crime Detection Laboratory was able to extract DNA from a semen sample of more than 20 years old. That sample was a DNA match to Alexander, who is currently in jail serving a 198-year sentence for her murder. Today, the district attorney's office asked the court to dismiss the ongoing post-conviction relief filing of Michael Alexander, headed by the Alaska Innocence Project's Bill Oberle. The document stated, based on the fact that DNA evidence could not exclude Alexander as the killer, the filing should be dismissed from court.
What began as a domestic violence assault in North Pole ended early this morning with a man taking his own life after a police chase. The suspect, identified as Corey Stern, reportedly shot himself after fleeing from Fairbanks Police in a Ford Taurus. Public Information Officer for the Fairbanks Police Department, Amber Courtney, said the incident began in North Pole when Stern assaulted the unidentified female victim. She was able to flee to Fairbanks, where Stern later located her. It was at that point she phoned for police. Courtney said Stern was already fleeing the scene when authorities arrived and a vehicle pursuit began down Airport Way. The chase ended when Stern took his own life at the corner of Airport Way and Lathrop. Police say the victim was taken to Fairbanks Memorial Hospital for evaluation and then released safely. The incident left sections of Airport Way closed down for nearly 5 hours.
We didn't know if Mr. Stern was still alive or not, if he laid over in the seat not to be visible through the windows. There's a gun involved, so there's a safety corridor you're worried about initially. And then once the team's there, you've got a lot of personnel in the road. There's a safety issue so somebody doesn't get run over by traffic. And then after the team's done with their task, then the investigations division comes out and does their part.
Admission counselors at the University of Alaska say they will test a program to increase enrollment numbers. The Come Home to Alaska program starts this fall, and it lowers tuition costs for non-resident students who have ties to the state. Regardless of where a student is from, the program gives them resident status if their parents or grandparents live in Alaska. Resident tuition for full-time students costs about $5,000 per year, whereas non-resident tuition for the same courses costs about $18,000. UAF officials say Come Home to Alaska is valid for current and future students and that they're hearing interest among families.
I already had a phone call from Juneau, from a grandparent in Juneau, whose granddaughter currently attends UAF. We have an incoming athlete who has ties to Alaska that can now qualify using this. So we've already probably had 6 to 7 phone calls just in the past day alone.
A new group is getting involved in Alaska's U.S. Senate race with the goal of curbing spending by outside groups that don't disclose their donors. CounterPAC wants Democratic Senator Mark Begich and Republican hopeful Dan Sullivan to disavow any secret money spent on their behalves. If such groups continue spending money, the candidate who benefits would donate money to a charity his opponent chooses. CounterPAC co-founder Jim Greer said it's less stringent than a Sullivan proposal aimed at limiting radio and TV ads by special interests. While Sullivan is in a contested primary, he and Begich have been the targets of outside groups.
Soldiers from the 1st Stryker Brigade combat team at Fort Wainwright will be conducting live fire training with the mobile gun system next month at the Donnelly Training Area near Delta Junction. The training, which is required each year, means residents in the area will be hearing loud booms and feeling vibrations. The soldiers will conduct night live fire using the 105mm munitions throughout the day and evening, August 5th through the 15th. The Stryker vehicle crews must regularly qualify in low light or dark conditions as well as daylight to ensure that the unit is ready to rapidly deploy.
All right, when we come back First Friday tomorrow, we have the details, some of the events, and what you can expect. Also,
we have another edition of Backyard Barbecue for you. Stay with us. And welcome back. Once a month, the Downtown Association of Fairbanks organizes First Friday for businesses around the city to participate in. Starting tomorrow, several businesses will be hosting art displays, concerts, and other events for people to explore. Now, one particular event happening is the Hip Hop and R&B Cruise Party by Reggae Fairbanks on the Sternwheeler Tanana Chief. Several local DJs, rappers, and musicians will be playing their beats for partygoers. The first Friday cruise is happening tomorrow at 10 p.m. with a secondary after party happening at midnight. Reggae Fairbanks co-owner Patrick Acaribido says it's best to leave the kids at home before enjoying the cruise.
Cruise down, have DJ Polo and Bang'em. They're going to do their thing going down. We're playing hip-hop and R&B, so they're going to be mixing it up. As we do the turnaround point, I think when you hit the Tanana, you turn around, then we're going to have the live performances from the artists, and then by the time we get back, the DJs will finish the night with the after party.
At the Tanana Valley State Fair, you have entertainment, commercial booths, the Midway, and of course the delectable assortment of fair food. But at the heart of it all, the competitive exhibit departments. It was Junior Perishable Entry Day at the fairgrounds this afternoon. Juniors ages 16 and under put the products of their green thumbs on display to be judged in the Kiwanis Agricultural Hall. Divisions include the flower show, fruits and veggies, and novelty vegetables. Ryan Weed entered his purple kohlrabi in the cold crops class. Now Ryan is hoping to bring home a blue ribbon and maybe a little cash for an entry he says is packed with flavor.
And also we ate it. It tastes really good. It tastes better than the white one, which I instantly knew because different color. I thought it would have a better taste.
And now it's time once again to take a look at this week's segment of Backyard Barbecue with Dan Gilson.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Gilson, the owner of the Charcoal Supply Company and pitmaster of Three Dog Barbecue Competition Barbecue Cooking Team. Hey, what's a cookout without beans? So we're going to talk a little bit about beans today. You'll be able to find the recipe for this on Web Center 11. We've got just whatever your favorite beans are in a can. I add some light red kidney beans and some black beans to it. And just to make it mine, we add some coarse chopped bacon, some jalapeno chips, about a half a bottle of your favorite spicy barbecue sauce. I happen to like Lead Dog. And on top of that, about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of your favorite barbecue rub. What we're going to do at this point, go ahead and mix it all up. Once we get it mixed up, we're going to go ahead and put it onto a grill that's set up for that indirect cooking. We want it to be about 300, 350 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and move that over here to our grill. Set it right in the middle so that it doesn't burn. And then we're going to move over, and we've got some that are already done. And again, you'll be able to find these recipes on Web Center 11. And there you go. Baked beans done on the grill.
All right, well, it's always yummy up in there, the backyard barbecue.
Beans, I mean, yeah, what's a barbecue without beans?
What is barbecue without beans?
That's right. All right, coming up in sports, Austin Buchanan has a special guest that will be talking about the rodeo this weekend at the Tanana Valley State Fair.
The Gold Panners are the ABL champs. We will tell you about that and why they're heading to Wichita, Kansas, so you don't want to miss that. Sports is next with Austin.